Okay, welcome to your second multi-view drawing tutorial, also known as orthographic, if you're wondering if you ever hear that term. You should have one done by now. I'm going to do one more with you. Hopefully this will help you understand it. I really want to do a circle one with you, but I'm going to do a different one first, so there might be another one coming just to help you out. Because I know it's really difficult to do this at home when you're not in school. So we're going to try to do the one that looks like a plus right there. I'm going to walk you through it. I have an example of one that I had previously done with a student, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to get my camera on, and here we go. By the way, one little bit of advice. If you ever have to draw a circle, you might want to double up your paper. You will be shoving a sharp little needle into your paper. Don't want you to damage the table that you're currently working on. So, and it's hard to do it without the proper surface. I often at times have 3 or 4 different pieces of paper just so the compass doesn't slip and I don't damage the table I'm working on, because I don't have one either at my place I'm working at. So here we go. As stated, I am going to do this one right here. As I said last time, the stuff in black right here is your front view. So I'm going to see if this can help you out. Now, I would highly advise, prior to doing this, trying to maybe sketch out the way this thing looks. So my front view is going to be a plus like this. Something like that. The top view I'm going to put way up here just so it's easier to see. Will look something like this. You'll have the bars right there on the outside. This represents this area here. Don't see this here. You only see this top part when I go up right there. You're going to have an inside area like this. This represents this kind of boxy area right here. You have a boxy area right here. These lines are going to extend up because you have this whole thing right here. Okay? Your right view will look somewhat similar to this, but rotated. So your right view will look something like this. You'll have your boxy area like this. You'll have another kind of square inside here, another square inside here, and this will go all the way through because you have this right here. This represents this area and this area here. Okay? So in the end, let me block the student's name who drew this one. Sorry, I just hit my camera. It will look something like this. Okay? I will walk you through the best I can. Here we go. Grab your ruler. Grab your T-square. Grab some coffee, and here we go. All right, my first line, 3 across. Okay? 3 across. So I'll go ahead and get that set up. Actually, I'm going to move my mouse. Sorry, I just got done on AutoCAD, and I'm thinking of 2 things at one time. So I'm going to draw this going across 3 inches first. Okay? So that is this line right here. I'm just trying to get my drawing kind of like set up right now. Okay? The width of this is 0.5. So draw your line 0.5, go in this direction. Go ahead and rotate it. Yes, I'm gonna have to erase it a little bit, but just trying to help you out here. Go 3 across here now. Turn your T-square and go ahead and line it up like so. Got it? Okay. So now I'm gonna get this area right here. Okay? So this is 0.78 up, which is 7/8 of an inch. But, sorry, it goes over from here 1 1/4 from both sides. So 1 1/4 over on both sides and down 7/8 of an inch. Same thing up top. So I'm going to measure over from each side first, 1 1/4 inches. So 1 1/4 inches from here. I'm just going to set mine 1.25 and make a mark at 0. Okay? Rotate your T-square. As I stated in the previous video, don't set your ruler like this, because if it's not perfectly square, you're going to be off. Rotate your T-square, please. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set this up at 7/8 of an inch. Draw my line down to the 0. Slide it over. Do the same thing again. Now go ahead and draw your line right here. Got that? Now, I already got this marked off, so I don't have to do this again. So I don't have to measure over because it's equal on both sides. So make your life easy. Life's too difficult as is. So take this, make sure your T-square is lined up. I just had to double check mine. Draw straight up like so. Slide it over. Make sure it's lined up. Do it again. Remember, most of the concept of this is trying to visualize how it's going to look from 3D to 2D. So I got that done now. And now take your eraser and your shield, and you can erase this area right in here now. Because I'm done with these little lines in here. Didn't have to do that, but I chose to. There we go. So that's how your front view should look. We're not done with it yet because there are some hidden lines later on. Okay, line projection. I said this in the last video. Most important thing about this, take these lines, lightly just draw them straight up like this. Why? Because my length is always the same no matter what I do. And so are the characteristics. So next is this top view that will look something like this. I already drew these lines here, so that's done. Now I just need a starting point. So usually I like to start about 1 inch above the last view. So I'm going to measure up about 1 inch right here, and this is where I'm going to start at. So go ahead and draw this straight across your paper like this, and stop at that length. Okay? I'm going to try to slow down a little bit. Next, the width of this is right here, 1.75. So go ahead and measure up 1 3/4. Then go ahead and draw this over. Now, I personally don't care if you have your little guidelines on here. Just make sure they're lighter than else. And your lines for your object are darker. Okay? So, how can I make this easy? I got this thing right here in the middle, right? That lines up with this. So go ahead, line up your T-square along here, draw a dark line like this. Slide it over, do it again. Looks kind of like this, don't it? Boy, don't you miss that bell? Probably not. Okay, so on the inside fold of this, it's all 1/4 inch. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a mark, 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch over here. Why am I doing that? Because I'm going to use a T-square to do all my work for me. Why? Because I don't want to work harder than I have to. So here we go. I'm going to draw this from here to here. You see what I'm doing now? I'll have to erase some at the end, and I'm aware of that. I'm okay with that, though. Beats working harder. There we go. So now, if you have a lot of little lines kind of hanging out in no man's land, take your eraser and your shield. That's why it's called an eraser shield, because it shields the stuff you want to keep. Erase out little lines that you just don't want anymore, because I want this to look nice and neat. Let's actually accidentally hit this. There we go. Okay, time for the right view. Same thing, line project over. Make your life easy. Life's hard enough as is. Okay? Once again, about an inch over. Okay? So line project these things over, put about an inch out. Draw yourself a line right here. I just broke my pencil. You can get caught up for a minute while I sharpen my pencil. Told you I wanted dark lines. Okay, there we go. All right. Draw your dark line going down. See, that slowed me down. I guess I was going too fast. My pencil told me to slow down. Okay. My width is still 1.75. So I'm going to measure across. .75. Or 1 3/4 for you and me. Draw your line. Okay? For the sake of prosperity, darken in your lines like this. Darken in your lines like this. Okay? Now, once again, line project. This lines up with this, so go ahead, draw your line across. Draw your line across. Okay? Now, once again, if you look at this, these insides are all 1/2 inch, going around the whole object. So, go ahead, mark a 1/4 inch going around this thing. If you want to just do it one at a time, that's fine. I'm just going to do my marks like last time, make my life easy. As I explained, life is difficult enough as is. We don't need to make it any harder than it is. There you go. Draw my lines. I'm going to try to line it up the best I can. Don't draw it through that middle. Draw it to it. Stop, jump it, go this way. That's why we use T-squares. Makes your life so much easier when it comes to drawing up or lining up these a bit more complex objects. There you go. Grab your eraser shield. We're almost done. We got some hidden lines here left. Okay, so what's a hidden line? That is when you can't see something through your object. So as I'm looking at this object through here, I can't see this fold right here. I can't see the inside of this little like elbow right here. Also around here, it's the exact same thing. I can see this, but I can't see where this is at here. So you need some hidden lines. So here as they are. There is one right here. Like I said, a hidden line is an 1/8 inch line with a 16th inch gap. Something like that. Do it again here. 1/8 inch line, 16th inch gap, 1/8 inch line, 16th inch gap. There we go. What about this way? Well, line it up with these. See how these are lined up? Set your ruler up, find a good spot to work from. This should line up straight along here. Boop, boop, boop. Like that, like that. Same thing down here. Okay, got that done. Now we're gonna go this direction. Same thing, line it up. And that is it. Well, nope, sorry. Got a little bit ahead of myself. You have a hidden line here too. There you go. So all these hidden lines are needed. to show that there are areas of this object that I can't see. It's these inside areas right here. Okay, all right. I hope this helped you out. Please message me if you have any questions. Thank you.